And again, finding the 3-4 hole there. Back-to-back singles into the right-hand side for
next two coming to the plate with nobody out. It's a really tough spot for Brooke Gray.
Well, we'll have another gapper here. Mala'ulu with the green light, able to cross the plate, goes back and makes sure step on home plate.
Committed to cutting down the run from Vega. It's a terrific off-speed delivery from Gray. She set that up the pitch before using that outside. Math is a very patient hitter. That's one thing that's helped her, I think, emerge and stay in this lineup, is that she will earn her way on base above and beyond her batting average. Definitely works the walks and gets one there to load up the bases here for Duke.
Fielder, as you mentioned, back in the lineup in center field, her normal position, a slow roller to the right-hand side and off the glove of Maddie Grant. Another one will cross the plate for the Blue Devils as Samina Vega makes her way across.
Yeah, maybe could have had two. You see Anna Gold just slapping her leg over there at third base. This ball gets through between Grant and Lotus, really off the side of the Grant's glove. And that, I think, it stems from the very first ball put in play. That lucky to not have more than one runner across the board there.
Well, and this is a well-struck ball into right center field. Chelsea Mack able to get that on a two-hop, but it looks like three are going to cross the plate. And it's a double for Kyrie Rodriguez as Duke again coming out, setting the tone.
Now you can see nothing special here. Rodriguez gets a ball she can hit, times it up, and drives it into the gap. Chelsea Mack does a great job, takes the angle that she can, but with speed on the bases, no contest there for Duke.
Not the start that Lindsey Mullen wanted to have, walking Brooklyn.
In her last few games, with speed on the bases.
Slow roller up the middle. That'll juice the bases yet again for the Blue Devils and to turn the lineup back over to Mala'ulu. And a line drive off the glove of Maddie Grant. Can she get to first in time? No play. Hard hit shot there.
Working both sides of Grant's glove in her first two plate appearances, and this one just absolutely pulled, not able to recover as Grant. And that'll bring a...
So to that point, Joanna, home plate umpire Roger Potts at first base is Brad Newton. At third is Stacy Newton. Stacy Newton making that call. And the woes continue here for the Cards.
And up in the zone a little bit more with a rise.
Well, able to get one out there as Pickens comes up throwing. Unable to glove that is Allie Alexander. And under the tag is Vega.
Contact out, that's just what she's looking for there. Gets the fly out to right field, and then you'll see in the ensuing play, we've got a little bit of a overthrow and then try to recover, come back to home, and then back to third.
Call on the field is that Vega was under the tag and safe. And it
seemed pretty clear.
So the call on the field will be confirmed. Vega.
If you're keeping a scorecard for the first time, this is not the game to do it.
This is drilled up the middle. So a single and an RBI for Jada Baker, and the hit parade continues for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Jada Baker not gonna.
The payoff pitch to Mathis. Swung on. The backhand off Easton Lotus, unable to cleanly glove that ball. A big stretch there by Jack Hasty after a good throw from Allie. Drilled to the left-hand side. A little double pump there by Anna Gold for out number one. 1 and 2 will find the 5-6 gap, and Alexander aboard with a single. Gives a little point left to right in the outfield for the Blue Devils defense. Charlotte Renz drills one up the middle. Drugmuller able to get the lead runner, Alexander, at second base. So Charlotte Renz aboard with the fielders. Another 1 and 2 to Despines. We'll find the 3-4 hole and lots of speed. Charlotte Renz is held up at second, though. Good play there by Brooklyn. A little slow roller to the right-hand side. Vega with the sidearm over to Baker for the third out. So Louisville strands two, nothing doing for the Cards. We'll head to the top of the second. Rodriguez. Talk about that extra base hit. That came off the bat of Kyrie Rodriguez, who finds the 5-6 gap here. It's 2 for 2 on the day. Helm. Coaching third base. In and on the hands. Monroe will make the squeeze. Retire Brooklyn Thomas.
Working with some different hitters, but the maestro of that offense, if you will, she's done an outstanding job with this Duke team.
Alexander looking to get a double play started. Alexander will get the lead runner. You know, playing Clemson, playing Syracuse. Florida, they were swept by Florida State, which, let's be honest, Florida State is the team to run at in the ACC. This is guy to left field. Charlotte Renz makes the squeeze for the third out. Nothing doing for the Blue Devils. Cards coming up. Hasty, Monroe.
You know, there's just some different pieces of growth that still are yet to come for the Cardinals.
Off speed misses outside and puts Jack Hasty aboard.
Too far off the plate, so Monroe ready to swing.
She swings at this one. Anna Gold is going to step on second base, but the throw is off kilter. So Monroe able to reach on a fielder's payoff pitch. Anna Gold able to make that squeeze and retire Chelsea Mack, but a good at-bat for Mack.
It's situational, and whatever data they have saying, you know what, this is our best way to attack this current situation.
Well, Madison Pickens getting up. Getting a single up the middle under the glove of Danny Drugmuller and Pickens.
Yeah, and this ball, I think, bounced off of the throwing arm of Drugmuller. I think you can see her kind of shaking that out right away, and we're just going to go out and make sure she's okay. But base hit up the middle gets Louisville on the board, and they have scored 3 consecutive.
This is drilled as Vega steps on second base. Louisville able to get 1 back.
Series, and you know, having this just tremendous success, winning 50+ games. You know, you're always reestablishing an identity, and sometimes it's harder the year after that because the expectations are different. And you know, the Duke lost production in the circle, lost production at the plate.
Player come in and be your pinch runner. This is absolute no doubter. Wow. Anna Gold getting up there, belting a 2-run home run will score Gabriella Mike and herself.
That's the easiest pinch running job you ever have to do right there.
You
just get to have your trot on, and that's your, you know, Duke career home run leader. Anna Gold saying, "Not so fast, Miss Baker. I've got some pop in my bat too." And just continuing the offensive onslaught. Beautiful swing from Gold. She knew it off the bat. A lot of plate on that pitch, and able to really drive this ball into that left center gap, and it might still be rolling.
Definitely is still rolling. It might have actually just hit your van over there.
It might have. In the mid-60s. Most of her innings have come in opportunities like this, whether it's in the middle of the week or a lopsided score one way or another. So a chance here for her to earn some innings and put in some quality work.
Almost an identical out there. Out to Charlotte Renz in left field. for 2 quick outs for pitch.
But for Jennings, who's had some struggles at the plate, this is a great opportunity for her to continue getting back on top of her game, as she does there with an excellent place bunt. Her second hit after having it going in the opposite direction of her momentum, and Alexander crashing hard, but that's definitely Destiny's ball.
Skied into center field. Chelsea Mack waves off Taylor Monroe to make the 3rd out. So 3 flyouts for Izzy Harrison. She gets a big hug from her team. To face Danny Drugmuller for a second time, lays the bunt down. And unable to glove that ball is Vega. The throw was there by Baker, but Vega just drops that ball out of her glove. Allie Alexander off Ball America earlier this week. Drills this into right field. That'll be a 1-hopper in front of Thomas. It's a little flare into right field for Lorenz. The 2-0 sent up the center of the field, and what a play! Oh my goodness, Deanna Jennings!
She did her best crisscross right there. Make you want to jump.
It made me want to
I know, right?
And in time is Char Lorenz, who will advance 60 feet. That misses inside to Luckadoo, and Luckadoo aboard with the free pass. Drugmuller's 2nd walk of this afternoon's game. This is skied to the left-hand side. Leah Terrell able to make that squeeze. Allie Alexander timing that perfectly. Is able to tag and score, so a sac fly. This is skied to the right-hand side this time. Brooklyn Thomas makes the grab in shallow right field territory. And Harrison with a big punch out there. A good battle. One and 1 is laid down. Allie Alexander will throw across the diamond, and Easton Lotus able to complete that play for out number 2. And that's off the shoulder of Maulaulu. So now 2 out Plunk.
Nationally in doubles, leads the ACC in doubles coming into the weekend. And just the unique ability to get on base a lot of different ways. Use her power, use her speed.
And Izzy Harrison will get another punch out. And, you know, we saw the shift be pulled off. Max last at bat. They've stayed with that same game plan. Blue Devils defense has. Swing to miss and a punch out to get things started for Sophie Gardner-McKinnon. And Pickens is aboard with the free pass. So a strikeout and a walk to get things started for now, playing defensively in left field for the Blue Devils. And off the glove of Gold. Two and 1 the count to Alexander. Ooh, off speed up and over the head of Alexander. Both Pickens and Lotus will advance 60 feet on that wild pitch.
Differential in the bottom of the 4th. The opportunity to score these 2 runs is crucial in order to keep playing past the 5th. So Alexander finds her way aboard, and this is exactly who you want to see.
And a big punch out for out number 2 for Haley Schuler. See both Malaulu. 2-2 off the glove of Vega. One will score. Lotus has the green light, and two cross the plate. And Despines with a huge knock into the right side. 2 RBIs.
She can handle and just letting things happen. We've said that a lot today, but I feel like that's been more often than not the case. You can see this ball comes back across the plate. Despines able to deliver the barrel, grab 2 RBIs.
So now 12-4. So the designated player Cam Luckadoo to the... This is drilled up the middle. Allie Alexander is getting the wheel from Coach Holly April, and she's tagged out, preventing that extra run from crossing the plate.
Carolina and so many others. It's a little bit of a different look, these next few opponents.
It's a sky to the infield. Easton Lotus making the call. A lot of players converging. We saw Friday night a couple.
Right?
I know.
A little bit of a different look.
This will find the 5-6 gap. Mathis aboard with a single.
Jennings has had a really good game back after having a few off, and just ability to really put some things into play.
My goodness, Char Lorenz. So her 8th appearance this season. Skies this, Allie Alexander under it. And makes the squeeze. Nothing doing for the Blue Devils. We'll see if the Cards can. So Louisville trails by 8. They have to put 1 across the board to stave off. He said she crossed the plane. Is willing, but the mind is still as sharp as it can be, right?
Yes.
This is drilled into center field. 1 hopper to Jennings, and Thatcher gets a pinch hit single. This is into shallow right center field. Vega will make the grab for out number 2. So Louisville down to their last out. Pickens aboard with that free pass. So now 2 aboard for the Cards. That'll Easton Lotus gets a free pass. So back-to-back free passes given by Haley.
Plate appearances today.
Drills this. Off the center field fence, and 3 will score for the Cards. A huge 3-run double for Allie Alexander. And the Cards.
Doesn't swing on the first pitch. And you really don't swing on the first pitch when you've had back-to-back walks, right? I mean, the ability to throw strikes is in question right now for Schuler, and Allie says, nope, I'm going to be ready to go, and absolutely drills this ball to the fence, clears the bases, and lets the Cards keep on playing.
Lorenz with 1 for 3. Drills this up the middle on a Gold. Another bad hop. Anna Gold is going to come home with some serious bruises from some of the hops she's had to take off her body just in today's game.
When you can see the bounce that this ball gets off of home plate area, and then a secondary bounce in that middle infield, and it can be a bouncy surface. We've seen that.
The off speed is drilled into shallow center field. Jennings makes the call and the grab. We're going to continue playing softball. To the 6th we head.
Different.
Haley Schuler drives one. How about that, Allie Alexander? Man, we have seen some fantastic defensive plays today.
We have, and I think.
Well, that was out number one, and she's going to get out number two as Aaliyah Terrell pops up that bunt. Alexander with some hops back-to-back there, firing up her team. Four straight balls. Tamala Ulu puts her aboard.
Part of the lineup throughout the weekend that's been so hard. These first four hitters, and this is why you see Vega here in the gap just absolutely punishing the softball. Armala Ulu and Vega Gold, and they just have had so much success. And then, of course, Baker. It's a tough task to
back in the third. 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Skies this to the left-hand side, and will Allie Alexander make the third out? She sure does. Duke puts one across the board off the bat of Vega. Luckadoo lays the bunt down. Maula Ulu, though, able to get the ball over to Vega at first for out number one.
And it just has continued to bite them down the stretch.
This is skied to the left-hand side, almost back at the warning track, is Amaya Burgess, who makes the catch for out number two and retires Jack Hasty. The 2-1. It's drilled to the right-hand side. Vega is there, gets it to Baker for out number three. So we're gonna head to the top of the seventh. Duke leads. Sweep with a win this afternoon. This will find the 5-6 gap, and Baker, just a tough out to keep off the base pads.
She is, and so aggressive. Again, these Duke athletes have
so 4 straight balls puts Mathis aboard with the walk. So 2 base runners on levels. Little chopper up the middle of the field. Little glove action there by Taylor Monroe. A great little play there by the short. 0-1 in the dirt past Despines. Baker will cross the plate.
And just a couple of miscues there from Louisville. That ball gets away from Despines, and then Despines trying to
15 games played coming into this weekend. Payoff pitch. Swung on and drilled into right center field. And Pickens comes up firing. A well-struck ball there by... This is skied. Allie Alexander makes the call and the grab for the third out of the top of the seventh.
Offensive threat, uses the ground, uses her speed, looking for double bounces, height, the touch and go.
Sends this into shallow left field. Burgess makes the grab. Follows that spray chart right to that
line.
3-1 to Pickens. Drills it up the middle. Fantastic play there by Schuler for out number two. Once again with 1 out left. Lines this up the middle. Easton Lotus being aggressive on that first pitch. Gets herself aboard with a single.
Yeah, good job there from Lotus.
The 2-2 is drilled into right field. Terrell will make the grab and the last out of the ball game. Louisville able to put some runs across the board, but it was really the top of the first that was the dagger that Duke threw.
It sure was. Duke came out early, scored with a vengeance. Louisville not able to overcome that. Took some good things away, able to scratch some across, but definitely work to be done.
So for Joanna Lane, my entire broadcast crew, I'm Suzanne Bush. Duke wins.